Hey, Beary.
I didn't get to say hi.
Hi, Beary.
What's up, guys? I'm good. Oh, I didn't put my organization. Noob. Um, yeah.
You know how we're saying it in like Russian school where I used to be, being taught and educated. Get out and get in as a normal person.
Yeah, don't get it as a normal person.
Sorry, some jokes in here. So, how you usually introducing yourself?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm so I introduced myself as a DevRel at SQD and solutions engineer. And I'm in charge of I'm heading the Boost program, which is like the SQD version of. Oh, thank you. That's very helpful.
Actually, what is it?
What is the Boost program?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Boost program is basically a group of developers that build on top of SQD infrastructure. So they build squids. Squids are basically like these indexes. We provide you with a full, I guess, like stacked for building an indexer. So like an API, GraphQL, server, Postgres. So it's very, very similar to a lot of solutions out there for just like custom contract indexing, but it's very powerful. And we have a system of builders that are building on top of it, and we pay them. That's quite nice.
Builders of builders on top of builders.
Exactly, it's builders on top of build. No, but it's how it works. You build you build on top of another technology. So the idea is basically right now for us is you have blocks, right? These are like raw blocks, and just noise, just data everywhere, and we refine them. We're like sculptors, builders like sculptors in a way. They chisel, I guess, away and extract the data that they need. So on top of the blocks, you have Uniswap data, Radium, you have Launchpads, you have PumpFun, all this other data. So we extract all the useful data so that people can build even more useful abstractions on top of it. So like, for example, Dex Guru can use this data for charting, or like the AI agents.
Or Block Explorer, which we just discussed.
Or the Block Explorer, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, actually, thanks for coming in Belgrade. It's kind of crazy. I just start sharing the Squid data, and it's Squid AI, right? It's the data lake for AI agents. That's what you described.
Yeah, Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, just to kind of explain what the data lake is. Data lake is this huge data set that we parse and basically distributed to a set of workers. It's like a decentralized system of workers. We have like thousands of workers right now. It's crazy. And so these guys parse the data to gateways, and the gateways distribute the data to the squids, essentially. So you have like this incredibly fast sync speed. So you can sync like Uniswap in minutes, basically. And like you can do whatever you want with it afterwards. But it's extremely powerful.
I'm already forking Squid as the K, as you can see.
Oh, let's go. All right.
let's do it without further ado. Just get some real techie saying here. And by the way, it's very interesting. You guys have a great repo here. It's like 1.3K of stars and forks and everything. So when I see stuff like this, I fork it immediately as a developer. And by the way,
Nice.
For everyone watching, hello Squid is a Twitter header, and where you can see all that stuff, and so cool. So what we're gonna do today? What you envisioning? Like, do you want to how you want to organize our hardcore techie live stream? First
Oh my God.
By the way, guys, Yaro jumped off his BizDev guys, and this section of our stream, we were like, we would do some tech session, and Beary he he came to our Belgrade office this week because we know each other for years already. And he was like, "Oh, you in Belgrade? I would jump in and we would do some hacky things." And thanks for coming. How was the Belgrade, by the way, throughout all those days?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really good. The weather's been really nice, and you guys have a really nice office, and just like came to say hi, and yeah, the stuff you're building is really cool. So
How was the vibes?
how's what?
Vibes.
Vibes. I thought you said vibes. I'm like, hello. Vibes are amazing. The vibes are fantastic. The view is incredible. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
our balcony.
Uh,
Yeah, by the way, everyone who's interested in some kind of internal Guru team kitchen, usually the guy's smoking on this balcony. It's like a smoking place in our office. And Beary, throughout those days he's in here, he loved it. He's literally living in the place. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to sit in your office with you six guys just crushing like crazy this wizard thing. It's just too sweaty, right?"
yeah. Yeah, you guys need better air ventilation. But I think it's good for productivity. So whatever you're doing is, you're pumping the products out. So it's just me, I need my vibes. I need to max my vibes, so the cursor flows better.
Are you into vibe coding? I know you are. So.
Of course, yes, I am into vibe coding. Of course, I did the stream recently, like vibe coding, from this balcony.
Do you want to share with everyone your vibe coding link to a previous stream? Because I was watching it.
Oh yeah,
drop it in here. You see, post a comment here in StreamYard.
Oh
just drop your link. Everyone would see it.
All right, I need to find it first.
Yeah, we need to train ourselves to keep the vibes coming and vibe coding like crazy. So, for everyone interested, Beary actually came here several days ago, and we didn't know each other for years. It's a Belgrade. We had some coffee, rakia, some whatever stuff, and we were like, "Oh, you guys building a lot, and we've building a lot, and what we can do together?" Because DexGuru have those data products which we started from. It's DexGuru. It's like data analytics and. On top of it, we have charting and everything. So when we're doing it for years, but at the same time, we are pivoted of sorts, like a year and a half ago, into Guru framework which allows everyone to build fast products which are in Web3 and AI orchestration, in user flow orchestration. That's what you see in our front end and everything. And we are not that hard on indexing and data lake of sorts anymore. So we started talking with Beary, like what kind of product we have which we internally can hook up to Squid and it would make sense to have it in the Squid family. And we came up with this, our block explorer. Let me share the screen, right? It's like we were selling block explorers for quite a time, and we have multiple partners for these products, like Telcoin, which I mentioned before, and it's in here. It's B2B DexGuru Block Explorer as a service. So we are running block explorers for all those chains. It's Guru Block Explorer, which looks like Etherscan, but at the same time it's powered up by our warehouse and powered up by Guru indexation, our indexer, which is open source as well by GitHub. There is Guru Ethereum ETL because it's a fork. It's the beginning. It's a fork of Ethereum ETL, but at the same time we are developed it a lot to support 15 types of different dexes, like even comprehensive ones like Curve, Balancer, all of this kind of stuff. Prices, volume, data liquidity. So we're an indexing business and Squid is an indexing business, but it's not our main focus. But at the same time, there is this Block Explorer product, which is like full clone of Etherscan, because you usually in those clones, you don't have the ability to see the traces, to see the balance changes, to see internal transactions and stuff. And for example, this was just a bad luck with this transaction. Probably I need to go to top tokens or something to see ERC20 stuff. Right, Beary. What do you think on this product? We're talking about it.
Yeah, yeah, I actually have a few thoughts about it. I think it's amazing, to be honest. Like, you still get the same layout and the data that you get from the most popular explorers. Plus, you get like extra stuff. Maybe you can show off some of the analytics that you guys built. Because DexGuru, from my like experience, I discovered DexGuru like, I don't know, 5 years ago, so 4 years ago, something like this. And I remember you guys had whale tracking technology like way before anyone
Yeah,
else.
you can still see it in here when you get into DexGuru, which is like our new version of it, with
Exactly.
account abstraction and everything hooked up to here, which we just recently introduced, and AI agents working in here with access to the data, with access to the dashboards, and all this kind of stuff. But you started from this product, and those whales, turtles, and everything, you can always see them in across the tokens. So yeah, let's check Guru, right?
Yeah.
Guru today. Cool.
Who's
That's a course of our AMA, and we see turtles. Why not whales? But that's the feature you were talking about, right?
yeah, that's the feature. And it's, I don't know, it helped me a lot back in the day. I actually used it a lot to see which tokens were being bought by whales and such.
Yeah.
And no other charting platform had it, and that's why I came to DexGuru to use it. Afterwards, obviously, like all the big charting platforms, all the other charting platforms, they also added these features. But still, I don't know if you look at the dashboard, like some of the things are still not implemented in the competitors' products, right? Because like the actual um, the actual meter of like proportion of, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, this
Oh
is,
yeah,
I don't think that's
that's the coolest one. I'm not
mhm.
sure why we are lost it right now in here because we're focused on AI features and stuff that we actually haven't brought those things there yet. So it's like a new view of it. But you saying it's the main thing, but we kind of missing it in new interface. So this to here, that's an action item, right?
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Cool.
So
So
yeah,
that's yeah.
there's definitely like technology that's just super unique to DexGuru. Some of the solutions, especially on the data side, it's just nobody else who can provide it. And I think it's a very interesting data. The reason I'm mentioning it is especially like from SQD point of view, because we're building an ecosystem of SQD.ai. We're building a lot more AI things in the background, and this kind of information is insanely powerful and valuable to AI agents. It's basically signals, So yeah, it's just so valuable. Clean data is worth a lot of money.
So that's where we started dropping the ideas when we were talking like okay, there are so many things in between Squid and Guru which are similar, but there are a lot of things which are different. And I like where Squid actually goes. Do you want to like we have a lot of time. We decided to do this very long live stream. Do you want to go over like how usually demoing the Squid and what Squid is doing? Because I just demoed the Guru and what we do, and especially from
Uh,
DevRel perspective, and then we would connect the dots. You know, you ready?
yeah,
Or if you want to prepare, I can start open sourcing our block explorer and engaging community with this, while we can talk further.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I got Evgeny asked me to do this like a few hours before the stream, so I don't have like a lot of prep. So
No,
this is
no,
very
you have docs on Squid, like overview
yeah,
and stuff. I'm usually
for
going
sure.
through docs like
I will
docs.ai.
I
That's what I
will I will
do. So,
absolutely. I'll show you some of the some of the stuff. So basic, yeah. Let me present share screen. 1 second. Entire screen. All right. Can you see?
Not yet. I would actually post this live with almost 1,200 people watching, and I would post it on my X now, like real Beary doing squid stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you guys see the?
Oh yeah, we need to add to stage. You see now we see it. Cool.
Squid. Oh yeah, fantastic. Yeah. So this is the so this is the home page for the docs. If you want to get started, I think the best way is just to going through the quick start guide. It's just a 5-minute thing. You just follow the steps. So this is basically like a template. We have a bunch of templates that we use, and we're adding a lot more. So this is to index all USDT transfers. All right. Yeah. So this is yeah. Let me see templates. Yeah. So we have like a bunch of templates. I'll show you them. I'll show you them a little bit more later. But basically, to kind of summarize it very quickly, you have a processor which you hook up to the data lake. Yeah. So this hooks up to the data lake to ingest the data at this really fast speed in batches. And then you add an RPC endpoint, which sucks in, ingests the final blocks. So the data lake is a little bit behind the head of the chain, but the trade-off is like it's insanely fast. So the final blocks, if you want real-time data, you have to add an RPC basically. And we have a lot more developments going on to basically bridge the gap between these two.
How the it's from Dex Guru perspective. We are going through like Dex's data and all this, like IMM support. How those hooked up there? How you building those?
Yeah, so this is
a modular structure, right? Don't hesitate. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a modular structure. So you said so this is basically the ingestion. This is you ingesting basically all of RPC data and which has been processed. And this is where the thing comes in, right? So you have logs. You go through all the logs and you get the transfers. This particular example is USDC transfers, I believe. So you get all the transfers, and then you just push them into the store. In our case, it's a Postgres database. So, and then you can have a GraphQL server, and you can query all this information as it syncs. This takes, I'm pretty sure it's like minutes to sync. This is so the speed is incredible. To be fair, like if you compare it to other solutions, like syncing transfers, like USDC has a ton of transfers, but to sync all the transfers and then, build other stuff on top of it to analyze the transfers, you wouldn't be able to. I mean, it's very difficult. It's much slower with a lot of other frameworks.
Yeah, but where it's hooked up to in case of Squid, like instead of RPCs, where are you connecting to?
So this is it. So you have the gateway.
So that's an indexer, but you're running it on your node, or how the whole architecture works, or like how to
Yeah. So basically, you have you can run it locally.
What's the subsquid?
What's the subsquid? So the squid is a process. So you run it on your machine, and you basically process the blocks, and the whole thing is run locally. Basically, you can self-host it if you want. You can switch out the database type. You can switch out GraphQL for something else, for example, a different client. And yeah, so and this is the final step. So you serve the data, and you can serve it as you can query it as GraphQL. So I have a playground. This is, by the way, this is Uniswap v4. So we recently built Uniswap v4 Squid. I can show it in a bit. And this is basically like all the data. You can see like token this is the chain appended. So the ID is chain ID, token address. So for uniqueness, right? Wow. And all this data syncs at the same time.
How many chains, by the way?
We support over 200 chains.
Only EVM?
No, we EVM, Solana, Fuel. I think I need to double check. We have a lot of architectures. So here in the docs you can see Fuel, Tron, Solana. You know, we even have support for the Firehose, which basically you can use the data lake to as a source for data ingestion for the graph subgraphs. So you can use SQD for basically very fast data retrieval. But Squid is still the preferred way because it's just it's a lot faster in practice.
But why it's faster?
Because we have a batching architecture basically. We process the blocks in batches and we store them. It's basically way quicker. The way the graph works and a lot of other providers like NBO, they have individual handlers. So every time you usually you would define like a function, like a callback, and then you get the block, you process it, you save it. So you do like one at a time. If you use this system, it becomes basically incredibly slow.
Oh, because of RPCs, right? Or whether there's the slowest portion of it?
No, it's just writing to the database becomes much slower.
With so many blocks, we are in DexGuru in our indexer solved it with ClickHouse, and ClickHouse, right? Like ClickHouse. It's all up database, which is basically processing time series data in the columns that gives it the fast and everything. And yeah, we've told before that you guys at Squid also using ClickHouse.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we have a few more exciting products coming out that will improve the speed of and the user experience of the whole process. So it'd be quite interesting. But this kind of highlights, the basic blocks of running an index and a Squid. So I mean, in this example, you can see you save all the transfers and you can get them. So just to kind of show, we have like a bunch of examples here. So Uniswap v3.
As those going to GitHub, can I just clone them and start building right away?
Yeah, absolutely. You can just clone them. You can combine them. One of the cool things you can do, because Squid is so fast, you can import Uniswap v2, v3, v4, do token transfers. As long as your database can handle it, you can do all this analysis. And we'll be releasing some benchmarks in the future, just to kind of show the performance. But and I don't know, like if you noticed, but it's also written in TypeScript, which is kind of very good if you're a TypeScript developer, because a lot of products these days are written in Rust when it comes to fast indexing, fast processing, and we've managed to stick to TypeScript. Just because it's so much easier to build. We have so many devs that come to us and they're like, well, honestly, I just don't want to. I don't want to learn Rust. I just want to do TypeScript.
No, I'm a Python guy personally.
Yeah.
And the TypeScript is okay, but I believe every product should have like two things like mandatory. Like Python is the key and TypeScript is the key. Do you guys plan do any Python SDK, or do you have one?
No, I don't believe so. I don't think we
Oh,
have.
you know what I did with ThirdWeb, actually, because we were integrating with ThirdWeb SDK just recently, and they have like TypeScript SDK, and we internally have those Python workers hooking up to the engine. They have whole classes for all the methods with ERC20, like ERC721, like NFTs and everything, hooked up to in their TypeScript SDK. So I put all those things, vibe coded Python SDK from TypeScript. Can we experiment today with stuff like that? Like grab the SDK of like a SQD SDK in TypeScript and create and vibe code Python SDK from it. and push it, and I would try to use it for something as a Python developer.
Yeah, I mean, the stream might take a little time.
Some real things there.
Might stretch a little bit, in terms of time to do that. But
Who cares? Who cares? We're already 3 hours in there, and now Yaro, he's actually we had more guests coming, but they couldn't in time, and we actually we can invite more guests. Do you have time? You in Belgrade, for fuck's sake, let's try doing it.
I mean, I'm stuck here with you, so I do have to. Yeah,
Let's
no, I have
do
time.
it. Let's do it. And I'm invite a friend of mine who's into development as well, and he would be commenting our things. Why not? Why not?
All right.
Hold on. I'm inviting him. Okay. Yeah, here it is, and another one. He's actually join for some real dev stuff, and we always have a team as well. Who, but anyway, it's too much. We just need one guest more probably who would be into dev shit. So what do we have here? Do you have your cursor? What do you use for AI development? What you use for light coding usually? What's your tool?
I use Cursor usually, so yeah, I use Cursor.
Why are you choosing it? Like over like Windsurf or anything else?
I think it's because it's got to be fair, I think it's got like a really powerful ecosystem. So you have like Cursor rules. I don't use them, but it's just I like to use whatever everyone else uses, So it's because because it's just there's so much more educational material about it. So if you're using something that everyone else uses, even AI like eventually learns how to help you with these tools once it gets trained on this, right? So
so when you had the choice in Cursor, like to actually participate in data sharing or not, so you participated. Are you contributing to AI or not?
Are we contributing to AI if we use Cursor?
No. Yeah, like because I was installing it just recently, and now they have like terms in there, and you can check mark if you want to educate Cursor on what you're doing. And and it's like a tough question.
Right. You mean like? Yeah, you can. You mean like in the moment when you're programming, you can set a system.
When you're just installing it and first setup, like sign up, of course, they have this check mark which you pass in or not. And I'm just asking if you did it or not, because it's a tough ethical question. You're always thinking of, oh, what's they educating on?
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I just use Cursor out of the stock version because it gets everything done.
Yeah.
It's just so good out of the box. But yeah, I think I mean you can set Cursor rules. There are some people, especially like if you go to like Reddit or something, there'll be like people maxing their efficiency with Cursor rules, with system prompts, because you can change the system prompt here as well, I believe. Yeah, I use it for convenience. When I'm flying, for example, I like to use a local model. I use OpenWebUI, just to kind of have a conversation with AI when I'm offline. It's also really cool. But there's also like an extension, VS Code extension called continue.dev. That's really good for like offline development. If you have a power socket on the plane, like you plug in your laptop, because it's like if you run AI on your laptop, it uses a ton of battery.
How big is the laptop you're supposed to use?
How
Like
big is the
those
laptop?
things on the plane, on the plane you using Olama or what you use?
Yeah. So basically, you set up an Olama server, and then you connect. You basically like you get it running, and then you select the model that you like in continue.dev or like OpenWebUI, and you just chat with it. It's like the cool thing about Olama, it just makes it so simple to develop offline.
What kind of setup you have? Like you have Mac, right? Mac Pro.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Like to run Olama in that case, like to power up everything.
What do you mean setup in terms of like specification? Like,
yeah.
Like this is the time where Beary
use.
shares with us information about how many RAM he has in his MacBook.
Yeah, I have.
Really amazing for everyone.
Yeah, I have 128 gig of RAM, which is, I think RAM is probably like the most important thing for AI, running AI locally, because the more RAM you have, the bigger model you can fit. So, yeah, I mean, it's, so you can, if you have a lot of RAM, you can either run a really big model, like 100 billion parameters model, quantized. You can run it locally with a very small context window, or you can run a smaller model with a really large context window. So like Gemma 3 is really good, and I have like different models I use for different tasks. So I use Gemma 3 for English, writing in English. Right? It's kind of interesting. They're like these smaller models, people usually train them for specific tasks. And Gemma models, they're really good at English. Like if you have a blog article and you put it through Gemma, it's going to sound way more natural from my experience than if you run it through ChatGPT. I don't know. It's just either trained on like different data or more literature maybe.
We're using Gemma 3 as a hood of Guru AI agent for the same reason. Because it's good with chatting, and chatbot is the main feature we use.
Yeah.
And then So what we're doing here? We cloning the repo, trying some vibe coding to do the Python SDK, or we following the script and open source in Block Explorer.
Let's open source. I say let's open source the Block Explorer. I think people have seen enough of the Squid.
No, but prepare for some vibe coding. Let's try it. Why not? For real.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
I need more Aperol for that. I need to get some Aperol.
I told you to prepare. Anyway, So with Squid, where it is, where I was sharing it. So we declared our partnership with Squid almost a year ago, and we started working on it. We wanted to hook up Squid agent to our autonomous AI agent and get it to our DEX and everything what we provide in new DEX Guru. So we wanted to focus on it, create adapter for our data warehouse. That way we can integrate that network into all that data across 200 chains now, and not only VM chains, but Solana is coming, right? Solana.
It is.
That side.
Yeah.
So we would be able to power up Solana from Squid SDK, and that was actually the game plan. Which we, because Index Guru, we focused on frameworks that much. We never actually executed. And now with Beary, we decided to reshape it a little bit, because we have this Block Explorer product of ours. It's like full Block Explorer, which hooked up to our data warehouse as well. So in here, you have where it is. Where it is. Here you have dashboards from our data warehouse, and those are community managed dashboards. So when you see them in your block explorer, you can drop down into Guru warehouse and see where it's coming from. You can edit the query, you can fork the query, you can produce new dashboards and basically tag them properly, and they would be published on block explorers, which is run by Guru. So this kind of block explorer tied up to analytics, and this analytics allows you to build pretty much any kind of charts, any kind of counters. And that's inside of Guru frameworks, that's inside of Guru products. And along with every app you're spinning up. So for example, Victus app, which we spinned up, we can go into Flow, Victus app, the Guru net, and see the same Guru warehouse powering up Victus app, which we today spinned up from our application launcher. Again, in here, in this Guru launcher, you can spin up the app and get it out. And Dex Guru, what it is? Dex Guru. Hold on. Where I had it? Anyway. We had a Victus app there, but same power as Block Explorer, same power as everything. And with Beary, we decided to build something with Squid. So Block Explorer, we decided to open source it today. And here we have a Block Explorer repo in Dex Guru. And you see in here, it's still a private repo, right? And it's our Block Explorer. It's everything you can imagine from Block Explorer plus connection to analytics. And with this Block Explorer, we're going to develop a new graph API, which powered up by Squid, which would allow this Block Explorer to be spinned up on 200 different chains, as Squid supports all of them. Right, Beary? Is that the game plan for us?
That's correct, yeah.
So I'm going in settings now and looking for how to make it public, right? Where is private? Change visibility, right? Change to.
Are you sure you want to delete this repo?
Yeah, delete the Block Explorer. Actually, where we have it? We have a clone on GitLab. I have read and understand those effects, make this repository public. Okay, I need to hide this one. But I'm making it public and making a history. We are open sourcing the projects which are powering up our B2B clients. Some of them like Telcoin or CrossFi and 18 other chains. Where is GitHub? 326.101. 326.101. Fucking hell, no. I did it. Why? But it's already not working. It's okay. I
was danger zone there.
Yeah, I was too focused on it. No, like next time we're doing it, shut me up. Because when I'm going through those things, I'm usually typing them and telling them. Anyway, hopefully no one's stolen my GitHub. We have Squid SDK in here, and we have Block Explorer, which is public product, and it's ready to be spinned up and hooked up to any Squid. So how it would look from Squid side from there? Let's go with a game plan. How we can hook up Block Explorer to some GraphQL API, and we have GraphQL. Oh, let me show you GraphQL API. Explorer Graph. Yeah, here. Let me show you the thing. Which thing we need to replicate with Squid SDK. So we have this Explorer Graph Products Guru where this Block Explorer is actually hooked up to, and it has the whole scheme. And if we going to hook up Block Explorer to anything, the easiest way is to just replicate the scheme. What do you think?
Good luck. I mean, this is quite it's quite a lot of let's see, all change config. Yeah, you should be able to do it, I guess.
Yeah, that's the plan from my side. What's the plan from your side? How we hooking up Squid to there?
I'm gonna be observing you doing the whole thing.
Yeah, but you prepare some charts or something? No, not really.
I can fork. Okay, so let me think. We can start with the initial squid. So I would use a squid template, and I would pick a feature that you want to replicate right now, because replicating all your functionality is possible, by the way, with SQD. It's just we're not going to be able to do it in the live stream. But
no,
yeah,
but we're trying to outline game plan for the next stream. So
okay.
yeah, I just published Block Explorer. Basically, which is a huge step actually. It's a paid product, so we have clients who's paying the maintenance for this, and I'm all in. And then we have this GraphQL API which powers it up, and this is from our side. And let's come up with components and plan from your side, and we would actually have a roadmap to this integration and a roadmap for partnership.
Yeah. If I were to migrate some like a big product like this, I would start with a small feature that you want to improve. If you want to like the performance benefit of SQD, yeah, I would start maybe with transactions. Let's think.
No. Any block explorer, just that first page comes with blocks and transactions. That's the first step, and that's what we can actually swap under the hood of Block Explorer to SQD, which we would develop next stream. So, what components we using to do this?
Yeah, we can.
Can you share like SQD? What it is? SDK. Everything starting with SDK. Oh, and prepare your cursor. We have Artem coming. He's a big vibe coder. He would like to see.
He's a big vibe coder. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. Like we are cloning SDK SQD with cursor and trying to outline the game plan to hook it up to Block Explorer. So AI is actually giving us the game plan. Why not? Artem here. While Beary is preparing, Artem, for like how you using vibe coding, what kind of tools are you having? Because Beary already said that he's using cursor and huge freaking MacBook, which allows him to even fly with a cursor because he have a llama in there.
I'm not using cursor actually, and I'm not using it a lot vibe coding in in this way itself. When it's committing something on repo, I was trying a few times, but in my opinion, might be a bit early for doing such a things. But you can get some great results in like something well described.
No, Beary will show some magic here. He's basically would grab what SQD SDK, and we would try to outline the plan to connect it to Guru Block Explorer, and that's probably exactly the task for the cursor in current, in current edge of things. At least it can describe and outline the plan which we can follow at our next live AMA, where we're doing this techie stuff and connecting Block Explorers to Squid.
Absolutely. One sec. Let me just.
So you need to prepare it. It's not a real vibe coding in the case. You're preparing.
Well, I need to initialize the project. Hold on. Initialize the folder real quick.
No, but how would you describe vibe coding, like vibe coders manifesto? Like how deep can you go in vibe coding, and what's not vibe coding anymore? What's like, oh, you're like this old fart developer. You're not like coder.
Anyone can be a vibe coder. I don't think you need to be of a particular age. I think for vibe coding, the way I like to think about it is, you don't need to use your critical thinking that much. So it's about the experience. I think this is the most important thing. So if you find, a spot that you like, you feel romantic, it's like a romantic feeling. I need to vibe code right now, So you find a spot, you like a cafe that you like, you put on you put on your headphones, put on some music, get a cup of coffee, and then you just open the cursor window and you say, build me an app, I want, right, I want, a launch pad, build me a launch pad. And then you just start working, or maybe you start with the research. You just, you're like, okay, well, what does it take to build a launch pad? What stack should I use? Should I use TypeScript, And you get your ideas together and you're like, okay, just put it in cursor, build it for me. And then you just press play. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, you just ask cursor again, What else do I need to do? So yeah.
Nice. You got it working, the whole vibe coding setup?
One moment. Give me a sec.
So there should be like developers' Instagrams with post like feeling pretty today, a bit of white coding.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
No, yeah, and we are, and I believe we can cut the parts of it, like how to wipe code. What about wipe code out of this live stream, and put it together in the real wipe coding manifest and work.
Mm-hmm.
So Beary, show us.
Yes. Give me a second. Yeah, I think the thing is I use containers for everything. So
cursor. I would be white coding.
Okay. No, this
No. Do it. You're already on this path, but I would try to clone the repo with SDK.
Yeah, we can take turns if you want, because I think especially the thing about vibe coding or just like programming in general, if you get stuck on something and there's like a long setup process, sometimes it's not very exciting to watch someone just like start a new project.
I'm starting a new project. You see, it's cursor, okay. And I'm just clicking clone the repo. I'm just SQD SDK. I want to clone this one, and what? It's started. You see, where it wanna put it? Source, new folder, SQD. Now we're doing some stuff. Select. Okay, now it's cloning. Enumerating, whatever. Show command output, right? Cloning, what happens? Done. And what? What we going next? Right? That's it. Beary, help me here.
No worries. Let me just I'll share my screen real quick.
Show editors. That's it.
Can you see me? So I've one of the things I like to do is I use dev containers.
Yeah.
If people are unfamiliar with dev containers, it's basically a way to create like just run basically a container on your machine, especially on Cursor or VS Code, which has a particular configuration which you set up. It's basically a Docker container, right? And but the cool thing is like you basically develop in it, right? So you have an environment. In our case, I think it's Debian, Linux, and basically you live like in this Debian world. And the nice thing about dev containers by Microsoft is they come they come with packages pre-installed, so you can pick a dev container which is like TypeScript plus Postgres, TypeScript plus Node.js, right? And you just run it, and you have TypeScript. Yeah, sounds good. It's nice. I think it's like a nice alternative to just managing like node modules, and say you want like a Python only environment. It's just clean. So what I just added Docker outside of Docker.
You're sharing as well.
Oh, sorry. I was sharing.
Yeah. No, you're sharing. I was sharing, and I actually got pretty deep. I already got into Squid, and it started doing me Python Python SDK for Squid. But go
nice.
for it. Yeah. What do you have in here?
Yeah. So basically, like, I just wanted to show for people that are fan of containers. This is Docker inside outside of Docker. It's a good way to. So I just added this, by the way, and I can. I have to rebuild container. So that's going to rebuild the container with the configuration. So now I have Docker outside of Docker. So now the reason I'm doing this is because when you install Squid, one of the database is containerized. So since we're in the container right now, if you want to like a container within a container, we either have to like install Docker inside of obviously our container, and it's like a lot of setup, or we can install this. It's just like this 3-line code thing, and it just kind of works out box usually. So let me just SQD. So let's get started. VM installed. So you install the
Environment.
SQD CLI. Yes. Indeed. Install it globally. And we can start with the showcase, or we can find another transactions. There's some fun ones.
There is showcase.
We can start with this.
It's separate. It's separate. How are you initiating it? It's showcase. Oh, you're getting the showcase in, right?
Showcase one. That's right.
So Squid init is actually extracting it like a fragment from a cookie cutter, different showcases.
Sorry. Oh yeah, this is a template, so you can. So you have a bunch of them. SQD lab. Yeah, so you have EVM templates, EVM examples. So these are the templates. Can use.
Oh, and here we have like transactions which we need for Block Explorer. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. The other cool thing you can do with SQD is, so you have off-chain data, and you're like indexing, right? So you need some IPFS data for. I would say a good use case would be, like Etherscan has a NFT page, and it shows like the NFT with like metadata and everything. So maybe you're like indexing all the transactions, all the blocks, and you need like some IPFS data at a particular block. So you can query external APIs or IPFS during your indexing process, and also store or access this data. So like, we have like multi-chain data indexing plus off-chain combined with off-chain data. So it's like, this fast indexing speed plus off-chain data. It's pretty powerful because I don't think there are many platforms that do it. Deal with it quite so flexibly.
So if we powering up our GraphQL API for Block Explorer, we are using those examples to basically create different queries in GraphQL API. That's the plan.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
You
I'm just asking. Yeah, that's the line of thought you have, right?
Yeah, that's the line of thought. For GraphQL, so this example comes with the GraphQL server, but you can there are different GraphQL clients you can use. GraphQL. Yeah, so yeah, so
Oh, so you can spin up the server.
this is
Oh,
for
cool.
GraphQL. Yeah.
So maybe the easier way is to actually modify our block explorer to support the schema of SQD if GraphQL server already included.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
But yeah, I need to double check because the requirement. I think the server that comes with the Squid is a little bit outdated, so we suggest using a different server type. But we can go through it. It's okay.
So cool.
Yeah.
And
PostgreSQL.
Is
So
everyone
PostgreSQL.
using PostgreSQL now who wanna have GraphQL?
Yeah, this is the default now. Or you can use Hasura as well.
I believe our GraphQL is built on Strawberry, like Fast API, like Python framework for GraphQL under the hood. Yeah.
Yeah, because OpenReader has quite a few limitations, I guess. So yeah, it's worth going through.
Cool. So now you get multiple examples of different kind of streams which we can get from Squid. It's transactions and blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now ask the cursor to outline the way forward if you want to power up the block explorer. Let's see the result. It should be able to do it already. Why not? Let's do some vibe coding in there.
All right.
Because we 15 minutes into it and we hadn't put any prompt yet, which means like we are bad vibe coders.
No, we're not. The thing about vibe coding, you're supposed to go as slow as possible, right? So that to really enjoy every moment of your vibe coding journey. It's not.
The viewers number still grows. even after we switched to developers mode from all the business modes we had today.
Hey, maybe we just needed to slow down. That's and people open up pour a glass of wine. Enjoy the vibe coding experience.
We definitely need to enjoy vibe coding experience because it's already 7:30 in the Belgrade, and you wanna eat. I believe Beary is enormous on eating. He's like eating everywhere and huge portions. And you wanna eat?
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I can bring you a pizza while you vibe coding. We have a pizza in our office. It's cold, but okay. Let me bring a pizza to you. Give me a 5.
Give you 5. Okay.
And do some prompts. ask
some prompts. Okay. Let's see what we can do. I actually never tried vibe coding with just raw SQD template. Quite interesting. So we have the main file, and this one contains the processor, the database, and the logic for the whole thing. I would just you have the API, right, which was generated. I would just paste the whole thing into the cursor, and you know, I want to build I want to build an explorer using this squid. What would be my next step? Okay, let's do this. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's an agent mode, so yeah, I mean, if we're vibe coding, might as well, let's go. Just install whatever you think I should install. But
Sorry,
yeah, I think it's
guys were so hungry in the office already that they got all pizza, so we have to hurry.
I know it's yeah. So right now it installed it in the wrong. Yeah, it's supposed to. Oh my god! Off it goes. Look at this. Yeah, this is the problem with agent mode. I think I personally prefer using Ask, like this mode. So
What, like,
if you didn't know, you can just go back and if you edit the prompt that you sent, it will you can revert. No, you can revert back before the changes were made, which is quite nice. Confirm search. Okay, so yeah, so it's got.
But what you ask?
Search. I want to build an explorer using the squid. What would be my next step?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So now it actually searched web.
Explorer, right?
Hmm?
It's got that you want to build a block explorer.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I mean, I think it knows, to be honest.
Yeah, but you know, can it just outline the plan in general, which we can follow next time?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, like we create a design doc for as a systems architect, as a senior engineer.
Okay, let's go.
Doc
Let's go. Systems.
What?
Yeah.
Architect creates a design doc to use the squid to power up the block explorer, and we wanna be able to build it in the course of an hour. I don't know, just put some phrases.
I want to.
What about those endings? I would give you $100 if you would do it, or.
And of course, we should put please to the end. So AI overlords.
My family.
Yada yada yada.
My family needs. I don't know. Just yeah. My job depends on this. Yeah.
My job depends on it. my job as a SQD DevRel depends on you, stupid machine.
Exactly.
Can it actually do some graphics as well, which would explain, like, you know, mermaid charts on what it's proposing?
I can definitely do a mermaid. I actually tried doing mermaid before, and from my experience, I don't think it's that great at it. Like, it doesn't get the. I mean, if you have a prompt, if you're doing like a big prompt, a detailed prompt, how you want it to be structured, you know, might as well. Yeah. It just feels like a lot of work. I prefer using pen and paper to draw in that case. But yeah, I mean, it can do mermaid if you want it. It's just you need to display it in a different software. Right. Oh my god.
So it's literally approach the problem not as a, but as a systems architect. Do you expect this from systems architects, that deep, like figuring out exact schemas and shit?
Yeah, I guess.
So let's go through it.
Yeah.
What we do next time? with
1 hour MVP goal design. Outline the steps for building. This is interesting. Building MVP. Target user, developers needing quick way to inspect blocks and transactions.
Okay.
Starting Squid. Hello, Squid.
Fair,
Yeah,
fair.
that's good. I like this.
Is it proper way to start working with Squid? Oh, but
Yeah.
But it's doing USDC transfers as an example, not transactions and blocks first.
Yeah, but you can get that, I suppose.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
EVM compatible blockchain, subscript indexer.
List blocking.
But does it actually asks us to store the stuff in database, or what it is? It's type of database, but it's like on Squid side, right? You can use Postgres, you can use whatever.
Yeah, it's yeah, exactly. So yeah, you can use I mean, usually the default is Postgres, but if there's a converter, you can use a different type of database. So front end. I mean, this is pretty straight.
We don't need it. We hook it up to ours. Skip it.
Yeah. All right. This is. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. I mean, this is probably how I would do it myself as well. Yeah.
And is this actually a Squid like data structure in those queries? How it's proposing it?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. Type block, type transaction. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Cool. And there is a timing in there, all the way down. Just skip it. We would go through it next time.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Oh, okay. So that's what we develop, and we're not spending that time. We are generating using the cursor next time. Anyway, build and run. That's probably true. Build and run the longest usually.
That's right. Yeah. Build and run.
Cool. Actually, it outlines a plan for us for the next AMA session, which would be crazy techy and with Squid.
Yeah. I would say
I like it.
I like it too. Yeah, I would say getting the data right is the if I was to do this, okay, to get the data right, make sure it's sound, and I don't know if I would plug it straight into the Explorer. Maybe I would use V0 or something like this to generate a component and test it with this component to see if I can get the data live streaming. Yeah, and then plug it into the Explorer as this like isolated thing to see how well it performs with the stack.
Yeah, and then by the way it loads first page, we would see, right? Cool.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
that's correct.
Artem, do you think next time you would be vibe coding with a cursor? You see, we tried it. We outlined the plan. I believe you can ask to create Jira tickets for the developers. What do you say on this?
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah,
definitely.
Really, sorry. Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
Generate Jira. Hold on, tickets for the developers. Let's go.
How many developers you need to change the bulb?
Yeah. Oh, it's doing it. Look at this. Ticket 1. Update the graphical schema. Yeah, I like that. This is a good ticket 1. Ticket 2. Configure. Yes, for sure. I like it. Oh, this is really nice. That was a good suggestion. Wow.
So those are our tickets for the next Tech AMA. So Artem, what do you think? We did a good job as a vibe coders here with Beary for the first session of it.
Yeah, definitely. I like this part where you get these Jira tickets, which is ready to implement. So it looks like he really get into this code he's operating in and created these next steps. And this is a huge step forward, because once you have these Jira tickets, if they're correctly implemented and formulated well, you can actually start this vibe coding, because small pieces of codes which well defined will be implemented easily and more correctly and robustic. Yeah.
And you can always assign those tickets to real meatbags.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Sounds good. I think for the next stream, we can definitely, I can definitely set up the initial templates so that we can, get started and implementing it, because I have a few containers running with different squids right now, so we just need to sort out with the port connection and stuff like this. But for the next one, we can get started implementing the tickets. Yeah.
And let's ship that Explorer. How many of those 1 hour AMA session we would need? What do you think to ship the first page with transactions and blocks?
I'd say 1, to be honest.
Okay, next one.
If we're going fast.
Where are we having it as a result?
Yeah, we're vibe coders, not slow coders, right? Well, yeah. If we're prepared. Yeah.
So Squid and Guru, we open sourcing our block explorer and powering it up by Squid, which supports 200 chains, and we are adopting our block explorers for 200 chains in that matter. And you will have the same. Let me actually share today's context for the stream today. We actually have application launcher in here, which is still working on Victus app, but Victus app is already up and running. Victus. Yeah, it's in here, right? It's up and running. We spinned up a new app with new leaderboard for the community, with new AI agent, with new everything. So the same way you would be able to spin up new block explorer, which we just open sourced from our DexGuru repo in here. Repositories, block explorer, right? Block explorer. It's a new public. It's a new public product of DexGuru, which we are powering up by Squid on those sessions, and it would be new product which spinned up across the 200 chains with it. And with Beary, we already talked about what it could be with addition of Guru framework. It could be AI block explorer. Maybe in the end of the day, we're going to vibe code another AI which is proficient in crypto. So what we launched today, we launched application launcher with which everyone can actually spin up their own Guru apps for their communities, and then we have 600,000 gurus already staked. Last time we've seen an hour ago 100K, and 351 AI guru already in here. Good job, guys. Good job. Again, for everyone, it's loot now button. It's a Snark's idea. Loot now. Why it's loot now, Snark? By the way, can you elaborate? Because it's
a dream of every user to just dive into the loot box.
Yeah, and again, when you're an early adopter, you start in it and you see how much you earn of AI Guru, with which you're voting for the projects, which we spinned up from a wizard. And you are getting AI Guru, and if you're your early adopter, you get an airdrop out of 40 million Guru pool in the course of a month or 6 months or 12 months, depending on the chest you're choosing. There is also referral chest which you can go through, generate referral link, provide it to your community, and basically everyone who's coming in there by your referral link getting your rewards.
Helps you to earn your rewards via referral chest.
Yeah, and it's a huge step for Guru Network, and coming to Guru Network. a year ago, everything started from our LBP. It was the Guru V2, where we proposed the idea, we declared our roadmap, and we following it. Now we added staking, added a wizard. We're ready for horizontal mass adoption. Today is a great day, and we would finish that stream, which was technical, which was about business, which was everything, with some reminder of what kind of projects we actually shipped within that year. And Snarks prepared different videos from different IMAs we had. So Beary, it was a good technical stream. We agreed that we continue this. Thanks for doing it.
Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for having me. And
Cool.
Thank you, Beary. Those meat bags are already waiting for the stickers.
amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna add them to issues. All right, sounds good, guys.
So, Squid and Guru, we're doing it.
Let's
Vibing.
go. All right, cheers, guys.
I wouldn't show hook chain.
No, not yet. Okay, bye.
See ya.
Thank you.